XRP is making a healthy move. We're going to talk about the origins of that move, the financial power behind it, and can it last? We're also going to take a page out of the Thai's book because the Thai SEC made something super juicy possible for crypto. Something that, boy, if the US SEC did, it'd be amazing for XRP holders. Speaking of XRP holders, wait until you see the move that's been happening as of late. And gold and silver stackers, any of you in the crowd? Let me know in the comments below. And how did you like that setup? We got multiple cameras going, that's right. So when we talk gold, silver, precious metals, ooh, we could have some juicy extra angles. Jeremy Touche starting us off. Super chat, thank you very much. Just says, love seeing the chart green. I'm personally learning a lot from you, Klaus. Thanks for all you do in being very personal and available to your viewers. It means a lot. Yeah, I definitely try to make myself available to you. I check my messages, and this is what I consider messages, all day long. Stellar Napster, another OG viewer, says, tell him, Klaus, you better believe it. B. Anthony says, pumps and dumps. Bitcoin sitting at 34,541. ETH 1811. Sol making a continuous move here at 3474. Those of you playing the Sol pump and dump have been really raking it in as of late. Big swings with Sol. XRP, gonna talk a lot about XRP. You're gonna learn a ton today. 57.6. That move, the XRP move as of late, wow, wait until you see the data. So let's take it on over to Thailand and US. You better listen up. And global viewers, this is why US money is important in crypto and why we need change. Thailand's K Bank invests $103 million in local crypto exchange Satang Pro. K Bank, Thailand's fourth largest bank, has announced the acquisition of a 97% stake. They basically own the thing in prominent local cryptocurrency exchange Satang Pro. This substantial investment, valued at $103 million, underscores K-Bank's commitment to the evolving landscape of digital assets. Through its subsidiary United Capital, K-Bank executed this acquisition. The move shows K-Bank's forward thinking and recognition of crypto in the global financial market. So there are countries out there that are pro-crypto. I know I do a lot of US coverage. I'm based in the US, so I have more access to US-based news. Negativity. Positivity here. But now wait, this is where it comes and gets even a little stronger. And this is why I'm sharing this with you, because you're going to see in these XRP moves later why it is so important to get the change at the SEC and at the government level in the US if you want to be pro-crypto, if you want things to move. Established in 2017, Satang Pro has emerged as a cornerstone of Thailand's cryptocurrency exchange landscape. It stands out as one of the few exchanges in the nation regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission in Thailand. So they're able to work with their SEC, and now they've got a bank, a legitimate bank, who just bought out 97% of an exchange. Could you imagine those of you out here in the US, UK, and so forth, if we had like one of our big ones, like our Wells Fargos or our Cities come out and buy out like 97% of Kraken? Wait till you hear what I got to say about Kraken and Uphold as well. Uphold holds $1.28 billion in XRP. Holy crap, is that a lot? Uphold supported US throughout the XRP SEC case. They now have got some big bags. So you're going to see that US money is very important. Can crypto move without US money? Of course it can. But isn't it nice to have another big kid on the block with some, I don't know, juicy bags, right? That wasn't juicy bag. This is just sterling silver. Nothing cool. I was trying to act cool, but it didn't work right there. Keep the learning going. According to Uphold's transparency portal, which details all cryptocurrencies under control, the exchange manages $2 billion in assets. Of these $2 billion in assets, XRP commands the big share, holding 1.28. That means they account for 62%. XRP accounts for 62% of Uphold holdings. Guys, there is a U.S. appetite. I'm going to have a lot to share with you. Furthermore, the transparency portal reveals that Uphold has facilitated over 18.7 million XRP transactions throughout its operational history. XRP makes 28% of the overall transaction counts, exceeding 124 million. So, a lot of juice. Now, as always, any article you see in this video, along with all my other ones, will be linked in the description below. Uphold portal, transparency, transactional volume, number of transactions, their tiers, precious metals. Yes, everyone, if you want to start getting precious metal coverage on this channel, comment down below. I would love to do a gold and silver and precious metal show. Kind of show you guys some of the buys I've had. I've been buying a lot of silver and gold lately. Making some good turnaround on it too. All right, so let's start talking XRP price. And it's going to all tie in to what we've been talking about earlier in this video. Move recently, last couple days worth of candlesticks have been actually really good. Now, we did get rejected there at 58.2, but that's okay. We're still on the uptrend. Now, will this move last? Will this be another pump and dump? Well, I think we have to consider what's causing this move. Let's take a little bit more of a look here. There was a significant pop in volume, happened at 7:45. Started looking at some data, and this is where the learning starts here, okay? I pulled up XRP trading pairs, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to pull up everything from the biggest to the smallest, okay? And what you could see here, and let me go back one more page for it. What you can see here is some of the biggest trading pairs in terms of volume was Binance, right? USDT and XRP, that's big. Here's Coinbase with one coming in at 27 million. Bitstamp, another Binance one. Got some Kraken ones here, cool. All right, check this out. Go a little bit deeper here. Look at Kraken's chart. This is XRP over the last few days. Look at the volume spark. Happened right at 7:45 in the morning, my time. Coinbase, same thing, 7:45, out of nowhere, volume fired up. Let's keep learning here. Now, when we start putting this into exchanges that are, I don't know how to put this, maybe not so trustworthy, okay? We talk about what wash trading is and how wash trading plays a big role in this market, and not a good role, a bad role. Now, if we add into exchanges that we don't necessarily have the most confidence in their data, you can see that there is a lot of USDT pop up and there's a lot of Korean won pop up. Insane amounts. In fact, Top Credit International is reporting the same amount of volume as Binance. And people are going to be like, yo, who is Top Credit? I don't have to know. 551 ranked exchange right now. For them to have the same volume as Binance? What about Upbit with that Korean won pairing? That has high level of confidence. We can probably, right, have some good confidence in their reporting. So you're seeing a Korean won pair with high pump volume. Look at this. The Korean won pair here is at 165 million over the last 24 hours. Got another one with Bitthumb here, but that's moderate. And another USDT. USDT we get. USDT is usually at the top for the pairings when it comes to XRP. But now when the Koreans come to play, oh, we've sung this song before, haven't we? When the Koreans come to play, they are very notorious for pumping it up and then leave it. When the Torres pump came, the Korean markets were actually highest on sell volume globally. When you look at that move, it was the US markets that were buying up into the slope while the Koreans were selling on the downturn. Let's keep the learning going. Binance, same thing. 7:45 a.m. is boom when it hit. So all of these exchanges all at once started firing up with the Korean won being the biggest one. Now, let's take things even further, okay? Upbit, some of those exchanges that were like, okay, you know, Korean won. Check this out. Did not happen exactly at 7:45. The pump came a little bit later. Their pump is also freakishly high. Check it out. Look at what it was from then to now. So you're seeing that it's the Korean exchanges that are pumping this up more. Now, take this a step further. Check this out. Social media mention for XRP is also on the uptick. Now, is it always up? No, of course not. But it's on the uptick. You can kind of see the trough right here at the bottom, and we've kind of been working our way up. Now, we go worldwide. You can see recently, guess what happens, everyone? Yes. As soon as we got that pump in the market, you could see recently people jumped in on this. Here's what's interesting to see about this. The move started with the majority of the markets at 7:45 USDT pairings, okay? Then we see a little bit later that the Korean won pairings jumped in. You can check it out with Upbit, Bitthumb. There's a whole bunch of them out there you can check out. Theirs jumped in the market later. The move started with USDT, has moved now on over to the Korean won. So when we go back to look at this move and we zoom in a little bit more, right? 745 on the initial hit, guess what? It was the Korean won money that actually moved the market. So when we piece all this together, we're seeing more and more that this latest move right here, and I'm talking about the latest move, last 24 hours, coming from the Korean won. Their volume blowing up like crazy. When you look at Upbit, you have to ask yourself, is this volume here sustainable? Is this buy desire here sustainable? Because that's what this is. This is their desire on the buy side. And you can even see it too when we start looking at Coinbase's. There is a lot more desire to buy on the buy side. Sorry, that's probably the best way to say it. So just wanted to show everyone where this move was coming from. And what you have to do now is you have to start asking yourself, can this move last? Based on the fact that what's really kicked up the price when we take a look at the charts, when we take a look at the markets, when we take a look at the timings of all these events, that the Korean won is the one that has been pumping up this last move. Is there enough oomph in the Korean won markets, or are they going to then become the sell factor? What I'm going to keep doing is I'm going to keep watching volume from Kraken. I'm going to keep watching volume from Coinbase. I'm going to keep watching volume from Binance. I want to see where this stuff is going. I want to see is who is able to keep this up and if everyone is in sync. If I start seeing a pullback from the Korean won, well, guess what, everyone? Then maybe I can line my pockets with some green stuff. It's all about using the data and having it fit your situation, your scenario. Your scenario, mine are probably different. So don't take my advice for what I do, but just use the news as another source of information so that you can do what you do. I'm very curious about this move. I really am. I looked at a bunch of the data, I looked at a bunch of the news, and nothing lined up with that time frame except for all of the exchanges firing up at the same time USDT pairings, with the Korean won coming in later. So if USDT kicked it off, the Korean won really pumped it up. It makes me wonder who they're going to be using as exit liquidity. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that that's going to happen, but we've seen this play out time and time again. And it's those types of patterns that you're not going to see with one chart. You're not going to see with one news article. You're going to see it with a pattern of videos, a pattern of observations, taking data from a whole bunch of different places and putting it together to create a story. And that's what I try to do with this channel. Create a story of information so that you can make the best decision that best applies your situation. That's why I bring the news up, both good and bad. Now, speaking of news, I brought it up earlier. Anyone out there want to talk about a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold, anything like that? Let me know in the comments below, because I bet you I got a bunch of stackers out there. We would love to hang out. We would love to use a second camera angle to start filming and sharing our finds and talk some stories, right? Hang out a little bit. Speaking of hanging out, don't forget, we got Jerome Powell in the Fed coming out on November 1st. Garmin says that's 2 days away. So when Jerome Powell comes out, the expectations are that he is going to be taking a pause. That pause should last until the middle of December, when the next Fed rate decision meeting happens. Now, we have seen some very interesting data come out on housing. Housing is coming out super hot still. So no, the housing bubble is not popping. That's not good, because that puts more pressure on Jerome Powell keeping rates higher for longer. Remember, the Fed doesn't necessarily have to keep raising rates to have such a nasty effect. Leaving rates at where they are right now, which are super high, but leaving them super high for longer, being higher for longer, doesn't sound so bad, does it? Except for when it comes to rates. But rates being higher for longer is a bad thing. That is a long-term chokehold on the economies. Now, speaking of economies and chokeholds, what would happen if we had a U.S. SEC that was a little bit more friendly to work with, like the Thai SEC? Are you here to tell me that the Thai government and the U.S. government and their interests are that different? Yeah, they actually are. They're very, very different, and very, very different cultures. But with the Thai SEC working with their crypto exchanges, they made it possible so that one of their biggest banks out there could buy a 97% stake in a crypto exchange. So now, if you are a Thai and you're sitting there and you're like, you know what? I don't know. Should I put money into crypto? Does this exchange have backing? Well, guess what, MFers? They do. They've got a legit bank backing them, 97%. So now just apply that story to where you live, to your version of the SEC. What would happen if your government regulators out there worked more closely with these companies? They don't necessarily have to be pro-crypto, but they at least have to play fair. And when you submit a form, when you submit a document for approval, when you tell us what's wrong and we fix it, we send it back, don't just keep rejecting it for the sake of rejecting it. Tell us how we can fix it to make it work, to make it compliant. Because through compliance, you can bring in a lot more money. And that's why I wanted to share with you these stories today. Because people have to see out there that unless we get some major change with a lot of our government authorities out there, that working with people rather than regulation by authority, crypto market is going to have a very tough time. Yes, you're going to get your pumps with the Korean won being the gasoline that lights the thing up. I get it. But you're also going to have problems where you have big market sectors out there just not able to touch it. I mean, like they see it. It's like it's right in front of them. They're like, oh, no, sorry. Can't touch it. What are you doing today? I'm recovering, hanging out, doing videos with you, trying to figure out the whole setting up the second camera action. Let me know in the comments below and I might share it on my next video. Recovery drink. I'm going to keep watching the charts. Cool cats. Have a great rest of your day.